Walter spoke. Long time no see. Duke. He had met him when Duke was just a little kid, but now he has grown up like this. Duke replied. Anyone looking at it would think he was the owner, so it's Lady Raina's family. The two of them must be proud of their daughter. It's the first time he have seen such a smart and multi-talented lady. Felix thought, this is all messed up. Even though they are not invited, they already came. He must quickly inform father. Moxy asked, where is he going? She have not seen her parents in a while. She should be here. Don't hesitate anymore. Hurry up. Then she thought she had to stick with her to be able to talk to the Duke again. Walter spoke. Raina, his beautiful daughter, has arrived. The Duke really spoke well of this child, though she still has many shortcomings. Catherine thought, either way, she have to say something. Then she said, to think of it, the youngest brother, Aiden, is still at the academy. Maurice also studied at the same academy as him, but he could not come today because he had to study. The Duke asked, Joffrey and Aiden are also at the academy, right? Felix replied. That's right. Joffrey is the youngest, the Duke stated. There will be a job at the academy, so he will meet all of them. Catherine thought, in this situation, she can't say that Maurice is also in Academy number 2. There must be a natural relationship with Maurice. What should they do at times like this? This useless girl is here. The Count came and said, if they had contacted him, he would have come to pick all of them up in advance. Suddenly, he saw Raina, and speak, stop staying here and go inside quickly, he will guide them to their room. Felix spoke, they also have to go. It's been too long here. Moxy stated, it's impolite, she have to guide them. Felix replied, no. The Viscount will personally instruct everyone, so nothing will be missed. If not, does that mean the Dispenser family is hosting now? Is she tired? Raina replied, no, she is okay. She wants to show them the image of her living well, but it looks like it's not working as expected. Felix spoke, she should rest, he will bring dinner to the room. In the next scene, Felix shouted, now do he intend to return, because of his vacation? All the flies are here, Duke replied. No, normally he is just with him, so he thought he would know there were so many people coming. Felix stated, if what happens today happens again, there will be no way to stay for more than 1 month. He doesn't need to unpack his luggage anymore, just pack up and go. After that, Duke thought, after all, why do these people keep being all crazy with him? A generous person like him has to endure it. Even though there was something strange, it's obvious that the morning atmosphere is still cheerful. Lady Raina's family arrives, so it seems to be a lot different from what he expected. Next day, the Duke asked, Lady, can she hold his sad hand because he don't have a partner? Raina replied, yes, but she is not good at dancing. The Duke spoke, it's okay, trust him. Moxy thought, what's up? What's wrong with everyone? After some time, the Count asked, is that what she calls a discussion just now? Moxy replied, so he asked, and she answered. The Count told her, it's about respecting other people's opinions, and speaking her mind is normal. Seriously, hasn't that been learned since childhood? Moxy thought, why should she pay attention to her mood? But if the Duke also feels this way, what should they do? As long as there is a chance, they must talk at all costs. The Duke came and asked, come on, miss, will she have to dance on this song? Then he thought, if he stays with her, she will not treat Raina badly again. The Count spoke, don't take it too much to heart, even if it's family, she don't have to worry about everything. His brother and he have argued countless times. Their thoughts are so different that they even wonder if they are the same family or not. Felix thought, this bunch is just causing trouble, what a big help. Moxy spoke, that's it, she is just answering the question. Everyone says it as if it's too much, how can he look down on others like that? The Duke replied, that's right. She must have been heartbroken. Moxy thought, look, the Duke does not even care much. Then she spoke, but when is he planning to get married? The Duke replied, he did not expect her to be curious about that. Moxy spoke, that's what the ladies of the upper class are most curious about. She also wants to be with him. The Duke stated, how rude. First of all, he is very happy that not only to her, but also to others, He is not bad at all. But he already has a fiancée who promises him a future. Moxy asked, but no one has seen her face. The Duke replied, well, that is due to circumstances. Next scene, Moxy asked, Mother, let's go home now. Catherine spoke. What did she just say? There is still a lot to do, Moxy shouted. What does that have to do with anything? She was dumped by the Duke. She is so embarrassed that she can't eat breakfast anymore. Catherine asked, have she confessed her love? She is so crazy. She want her to get close to the Duke, but she already confessed her love, so what should she do? She have told her 100 and 1,000 times, why does she still do what she want? If she is already stupid, then don't cause an accident. It's so frustrating. If she like, go alone. After that, Moxy thought, so frustrating. Why is everything fine with that girl and not her? Then she asked, what else is she doing? Move out, Raina replied, she will call the worker. Moxy asked, is his word that trivial? Raina replied, because Moxy is a guest, she came to see if she needed anything. Moxy stated, right, because it's necessary, she asked her to do it. Raina replied, now that's not her job anymore, so don't ask her to do these things in the future. Moxy said, what, that's true. She just vented her anger at her and she is already being rude. Then she said, she told her to do it, she has to do it. Jeffrey grabbed her hand, then asked, what is she doing? Moxy replied, what? This is her family matter, so stay away. And who is this uneducated person? Joffrey replied, she is the uneducated person who is trying to slap her. Moreover, she is their family now. Moxy shouted, education. Have he said it all? Do he think he will be safe when he say that? Joffrey asked, what is she going to tell anyone, parents or the man she likes to death? The Duke, please clarify her argument with a 15-year-old child. After that, Joffrey asked, at this point, he guess he won't chase her anymore. Raina asked, after all, that's the Count's side, so what now? Joffrey replied, it's okay, at most, he will just get scolded one more time, just kick her in the butt, she has them already, see her later. Raina thought, but is this okay? Both Lord Aaron and the Duke are good people. Everyone in the family protects themselves, but how long can she run away? What kind of thing can she do? The fact that she is like this is all thanks to them. She can't hide behind someone else's back forever. That's right, it's now, she cannot help but change. On the other hand, Catherine spoke, at this high-end painting, surely he has spent all his money here. Well, it should have been her who came instead. Moxy asked, Mom, is she crazy? Catherine spoke, it would not be Raina with that favor, but if it were Moxy who would come. Don't parents live here? Moxy asked, is she telling the truth? Why does she have to stay with these brats? Catherine shouted, so what does she know? She has not received a marriage proposal anywhere. Then thought, what a hasty decision. When Moxy followed the Duke, she should have stopped her, even if she had to fight her. No wonder she is already 20 years old. If these years continue like this, then. Moxy thought, everything that child enjoys, it's all hers. She should have been the one to get it. She doesn't want to believe it at all. Who knows? This big house, money, even the relationships, actually it's hers. It's not different from kicking gold herself. Then she heard nobles chatting with the Count, that they heard the Count is expanding his business strongly these days. The Count replied, there's actually a reason for him to work harder. He recently had a daughter-in-law, so if we can take care of their children, grandchildren, and daughters-in-law, there are still many shortcomings. A lady asked, is he going to let his daughter-in-law inherit too? The Count replied, of course, he have not figured it all out yet. Cur, Plaga, Vexor, Vespera. Everywhere he has prepared villas for the daughter-in-law, because she inherently loves drawing, so he wants her to be able to do what she wants to do. Evilly said, it would be better if she inherited the business, but no matter what that child wants to do, support it. Moxy thought, what she doesn't have. Wait, spring is coming. If the invitation card is still not available, there is only one reason, they haven't even had a wedding yet, she still has not lost. she still has a chance. On the other hand, Reina thought, it's a bit tiring, but just endure a few more days. Felix asked if she was too tired and suggested she rest. Reina replied, but the Duke had already invited us to play a game together. Joffrey stated, they can play the game later. Well, just leave this place to her brother and go rest quickly. Reina asked, okay, but to leave Felix alone. Felix replied, he is okay, take her home carefully. Joffrey spoke, oh my, it's such a show-off, he doesn't have to worry. After that, Felix thought, anywhere, thanks to Reina, he could withstand it. No matter what that Duke says, he will go in. Moxy came and spoke, oh my God. Why is it only him today? Could it be that he is waiting for the Duke? It's fine, can she sit here for a bit? Felix replied, well, yes, and thought, it's true that nothing would happen if it were not for that kid. Moxy thought, surely he does not know what to do next to a beauty like her. Very good, just seduce him, he will fall immediately. Then she said, because it's just them, she will say this, does he ever feel sorry? Felix asked, what, why did she say that? Moxy continued, a smart guy like him must have met a better girl. Felix spoke, he doesn't understand what she is saying. Moxy said, Reina, it's not interesting. Right, wouldn't it be a pity to be with a child, unable to utter a word, and just do whatever she is told her whole life, so, he will give him a chance. Felix asked, in the end, what chance is she talking about? Moxy stated, he doesn't need to hide it. He has no right to choose in this marriage, so she will save him. They have not had a wedding yet. He is a viscount, so there is no other way other than getting married to their family member. That's why he has to marry such a foolish person. Be happy. There has not been a wedding yet, he can do it with her. Then thought she knows it must be an honor. Where should she find someone from the viscount side? Felix stated, he doesn't like it. If that's what she wants to say, then wake up. Moxy said, what is she hearing wrong? What is it? He is rejecting her. The next morning, Felix thought, it's so frustrating, what does she want anyway? If he suddenly did something again, he would be really worried. Reina spoke, if he is too tired, then go there to rest. Felix replied, this sentence, it seems like the sentence he said yesterday. Right, Eden asked, it seems that both of them are very happy without them. Felix replied, if he sees unjustly, stand next to Reina. Moxy came and said, Felix, can he give her some time? When they were going away, Reina thought, she called it so naturally. What is that? Eden asked, could it be that she bothered for those two? Joffrey told her, there will be nothing at all. While Moxy remembered the Count saying, no Felix, he disappeared again. The Duke spoke, yes, what should he do now? That boy is like his brother, so he has to be generous. The Count stated, there is just a degree of love for him, it's not like they share blood. What are the brothers? The Duke stated. Keep quiet. Don't be so curious, if he knew more, it would hurt him, he abandoned him again. Moxy thought, the reaction at that time. Maybe it's because the name is in the blue color of blessing. Why didn't she realize it sooner? It's okay, now she knows, she absolutely must take it back. Felix asked, lady, where are they going? Isn't it because she has something to say that she called him? Moxy replied, they have not finished talking about last time, she will give him the opportunity to think again about what she wants. Felix stated, what she wants, don't make that mistake. What she wants is the property of this house. What he wants is right next to him. It seems that she mistook this marriage as calculated, but he proposed to her because he fell in love with Reina from the beginning. He doesn't know where her confidence comes from, so from the beginning, there was no place for her. Moxy asked, what is he saying? Felix replied, if she already knew, then he hopes this is the last time she mentions this, because it would be a waste of time for both of them. Moxy said, going as a bride with money, what is he talking about now? There is no excuse, fall in love. Did he think she liked him? It's for money, all for money. She can't be sold in the world where Reina is. Why didn't she think of it? It is not necessarily that unlikely, man, at this time, it's fortunate to have 3 men, she just needs to seduce the more docile boy. Until then, won't he ever have any regrets? The youngest brother is too childish and disrespectful. There is only one left. What is his name? Even if she doesn't know the name, it's okay. Next scene, Reina asked, could it be that the two of them? Could it be that he and Moxy this morning? Felix replied, it's nothing, just asking for help when her younger brother comes. Reina asked, really just talking about that? Felix spoke, is she worrying about him? If not, then it's jealousy. Reina replied, yes, that's right, worrying that she had not treated him well. The Duke came and spoke, if he is worried, he should have worried for someone who was too dubbed like him. By abandoning him, he must have had a lot of fun. Felix asked, what is it like for Mr. Aaron to be alone? The Duke replied, yes, this morning he received the news and left early. The children are sick, so they had to go. Reina asked, oh my God. Are they okay? Can they help? The Duke replied, it's okay. It was just an excuse. Actually, the idea is to come quickly. It's the lady who wants to meet him quickly, just as if Felix wanted to see the Lady Reina. Felix asked, by the way, why doesn't he go along too? The Duke replied, if he goes back, Charlotte will scold him. Forgive him. Felix spoke, so he should have gone to that person. Not here, the Duke said. Wow, he is so leisurely, isn't he? Felix stated, of course, they stick together like this. Then he kissed her hand. Reina spoke. She suddenly remembered something to do, so she will see him later. After that, Reina thought, what was that? Her heart is pounding so fast. Duke said, it's lovely. Felix replied, it's his fiancée. Don't he dare do anything? Duke asked, is that too much? Isn't it okay to just say it's cute? If that's the case, why don't he hide her somewhere and watch her alone? Felix said, he can see that as an exaggeration. Her existence makes him feel grateful. Duke replied, knocked out after one hit, he really don't have the right to tease him. Felix asked, anyway, why don't he talk about his fiancée? He thought there was nothing about the Duke that he did not know. Duke said, he know him so well, yet he never thought about getting to know his fiancée. Felix stated, it's not about finding out, these are things that he know naturally, from being with him for a long time, and well, if his heart is for that lady like him, then he should pay more attention. It's the Duke that does not stop people from coming or people from leaving first. Duke asked, what kind of image is that? Even he thought of him like that. Felix said, even in the middle of the party, he also went out with those ladies. Duke replied, they were Charlotte's friends, they don't want to get married like this. After some time, Reina thought, increase by 5 shillings. Joffrey told her, it has to cost a lot of money to be interesting. Reina thought, even so, that's the same amount of money that can buy 10 eggs and 10 potatoes. She had worked so hard to get acquainted with the rules, but somehow she wanted to do well when seeing people become serious. She also wanted to show great images in front of Felix. She can't yield in the match, and she won the match. Joffrey said, isn't it Reina who secretly taught them how to play chords? Duke replied, this really can't win against Reina. They both swallowed his money together. Moxy came and asked Eden, can she be a little disrespectful? It's important. She hope he can spend time with her. Reina spoke, Moxy, she, Joffrey stated. It's okay, just believe in him, because it's Eden, he will handle everything well and come back. On the other hand, Eden asked, what is the important thing? Because it is a relationship where they don't know each other. He can't figure out what it is. Moxy replied, she is Reina's sister, Moxy Homewood. Eden asked, so what's wrong? Does she have something inconvenient in the past? Moxy thought, what is this reaction? Not paying attention at all. If not easy, making things difficult for her. Does he think she is someone who deserves to be treated like that by him? And spoke, nothing else. She heard he doesn't have a fiancé yet. It seems that he has not decided the object of marriage. Eden stated, then let him go. Marriage, lady, he is asking just a random question, regarding the proposal earlier. Did she ask his brother? She has always followed the Duke. There is no way she suddenly asked him to marry her, even though, like he said, he is the second son. Moxy said, okay, well said. Doesn't it mean that as the second child, he should know better? Eden replied. Even so, he gave up and said he would marry her, so what is that attitude? And thought, what a rude, loose person, and never hesitate to despise others. Raina must have had a very hard time being with a person like this. Eden said, she is no different from the festival. Furthermore, the habit of always coveting other people's things must be in her nature, that is still the same. Moxy replied, it was all due to Raina, she tricked her, Eden stated. If she continues to blame others and then say some such nonsense words, then he is leaving. At this point, she should apologize to Raina. Moxy said, let her tell him an interesting thing. The person he brought with him is not the countess, but a girl who lives like a slave. He is just protecting an empty shell, married to such a girl. Eden stated, it seems that she is quite jealous of Raina. Then she must imitate her. Don't steal the clothes that were a gift for her sister. Moxy replied, what's up? She bought this shirt at the boutique, Eden told her. Do she know that he made it himself? If she don't want to be humiliated as at the festival, then return the shirt to the owner. It was not something made for her to wear. After that, Eden said, looks like she had fun while he was away. Joffrey asked, what is taking so long? Eden replied, nothing. On the way there was a lost passenger, so he guided him. Maurice spoke, can he join? Duke asked, who is he? Looks like someone he don't know at all. Maurice replied, pleased to meet him, Duke. He is Maurice Homewood. If it's playing cards, he will play a little, so if he let me play with him. Walter also spoke, this is his son, he is young, but he is also talented, Duke said. What to do about this now? Many people have played it before. Catherine spoke, Raina. What is she doing? She must be observant and stand up. Felix shouted. What? Walter stated. That's right. Playing cards is a boy's game. Moreover, interrupting the place where men are enjoying themselves is rude. Duke told him, it can't be like that. Lady Raina took a lot of his money. Catherine looked at her. Raina asked, what kind of action is happening now? Catherine said, it's she who is rude to the Duke. Quickly give it back to him. Duke stated, enough. Speechless. Do she think he is just after a few shillings? Walter replied, no, it was not like that. It's because Raina is shameless. Duke stated, Earl, get out, take everyone out. Then thought, there are people who have to be angry to understand. Felix asked, is she okay? Raina replied, she is okay. It's just a little surprise. Felix said, he should not have interfered with them then. Duke replied, then he has to ignore his plans to cause trouble with the Earl's people. Felix said, but he also saw how they treated Raina. Now, Raina told him, she is okay. She will return immediately. She is sorry for showing him a bad image. But she wants to directly say what she needs to say and receive an apology from them. Believe her one more time, she will talk well. Duke mumbled, should have held back a little longer. Wouldn't this put Raina in trouble? Felix stated, because she herself said to trust her. They should not stop what Raina wants to do. She just started to get in. On the other hand, Catherine thought, no, it's not like this. It was still fine when introduced. After all, where did it go wrong? Raina spoke. Mom. Wait. Catherine replied, she has never had a daughter as useless and unobservant as she. Raina said, she didn't do anything wrong. If she told her child in advance, don't be so rude, then she could have a nice talk with the Duke, even if it's about Maurice, or whether it's her father's business. Catherine stated, really funny. What the hell is she? What can she do when she just finished being a kitchen worker? Raina replied, after all, they are still family, and thought, she did it for her because of her eyesight and moments, and being so patient and tolerant, she just wants to help, even just a little. Catherine said, he has something good to scream like that. Raina grabbed her hand and replied, she doesn't beat her, she is also human. Catherine spoke, she dares talk back to her, we don't need her help or the Duke. We are leaving Morris, his father has everything ready for him. We don't need to deal with these nasty people. Raina thought that was hard. She thought she would change a lot, but to her mother, she is still the same useless daughter, although she is not as afraid of her as she used to be. After some time, Catherine said, "This is beyond humiliating. What are we going to do now?" She have told her to at least seduce one of the sons. Moxy replied, "Mother is the one who told her not to get greedy for something she can't have. How many times do she have to tell her that this is Raina's fault?" Catherine stated, "Stop whining. She had better bring back at least one marriage proposal. Try harder. They own a lot of companies. She is sure they can spare one for Morris." Moxy said, "They are expanding their business because the Viscount wants to hand it over to Raina." Catherine asked, "What, to Raina? Then if she marries into the family, she bet they would give her one too." Moxy replied, "They don't want her. The reason they sent the marriage proposal in the first place was because they wanted Raina." Catherine asked, "Why didn't she say so earlier? Looks like Raina will be useful after all. Should we send something to help her give birth to a son? Because they will have to do something for us later." At the same time, Raina thought she had to look like nothing happened. The three of them asked, "Is she hurt at all? How did it go?" Duke thought they were like puppies waiting for their master. Raina replied, "She is really fine. She guess it won't be possible to continue the game now." Duke stated, "They can play again another time, and she is always welcome." Raina replied, "She is sorry her family ruined the mood." Felix thought she still calls them her family after what they did to her, and told her, this was not her fault, she have nothing to apologize for. Eden spoke, "Right, it was not her fault," Joffrey said. "Seriously, that old grandma is the one who should be apologizing." Raina thought they were all genuinely worried about her, that they were worried she might have been hurt, and said, "But she is really all right because she has such an amazing family here." After some time, a maid came and told her that her sister was leaving first, so she packed her things for her. She made sure to take out the clothing she stole. She knew that lady was upset about this, and asked Raina to take it so she could fix it up later. Raina said she should apologize. "Right," the maid asked. "What, she is not talking about her mean sister, right?" Raina replied, "No, she mean Eden. That was his present, but she could not take care of it properly. She understand he is offended." The maid asked, "How about this? Instead of worrying about how to apologize, she should schedule a supper with him. She should wear all the gifts that her family gave her for that occasion. He is sure everyone here will be even happier to see her like that." After that, Catherine spoke, "Her pretty daughter. She knows she has not been the best mother to her. She makes her proud. She is sure Raina can spare a bit of time. A lot happened yesterday, and she thinks they need to chat. They treat her very well, don't they?" Raina replied, "Yes. Everyone is very kind to her, and thought she doesn't know, but she is thinking." Catherine stated, "She is sorry. She knows they should have treated her better. Dear, good girl. She knows she have been through a lot." Raina thought this is strange. Moxy is not bullying her anymore, and her mother is giving her the attention she has always yearned for. She is saying exactly what Raina wanted to hear from her mother all this time, and yet she is not happy at all. She thinks it would be more comfortable if her mother blatantly hated her like she used to. Raina said, "Mom, she will have to excuse her." Joffrey spoke. He has been looking for her, then said, he apologizes, "Madam, they are in a hurry, so she will have to excuse them now." Catherine replied, "Go ahead, don't mind her, she will talk to her later." She then thought Morris had to succeed the family, and Moxy had to be put out on the marriage market. They were both useful to her. In contrast to Raina, who was a useless, annoying child, she was practically dead weight to her before, but now she is a very useful daughter. In the next scene, Evilly stated, "Now that everyone is here, let's continue. Everyone worked so hard." So she wanted to hear all their opinions about vacation. This is their first family vacation with Raina, so this time Raina will give them any suggestion. Raina replied, "What about going to see the ocean? She has always been curious after reading about it in books," the Count said. "Then the best place by the seaside would be." Duke came and stated, "Freeze Mare in the north. Sorry to interrupt their family gathering, but a very important person will be here soon. He came here because he wanted to introduce everyone." Catherine came and spoke. "This is where they all went." Raina thought, "Wait, the important person is," Duke stated, "No, of course not. Anyway, it's bold of her to show herself here. It appears she has forgotten his warning. By the way, Viscount, a new carriage has arrived. It's the carriage of House Rothsay, Catherine said. Oh wow. She is sure he would be willing to chat for a while. Evil Lee spoke. Madam, Duke did make a request, but they should accompany him as the host. They can have their family moment another time. Catherine thought they would be delighted right away if she treated them nicely. This is not what she expected. After that, Felix said they should leave him here. He will see him later, Duke replied. Right, do excuse him now. Reina asked. It must be really urgent. Felix replied. If someone from House Rothsay is looking for the Duke without informing other nobles, then this probably has something to do with the Emperor. Arthur spoke. Looks like he has been enjoying his vacation. Well, he was planning to surprise everyone. He is sure they guessed this already. But he needs to come to the capital right away. He is here to accompany him. Duke stated. Then His Majesty must be suffering more than he thought, and said, well, looks like this is the end of his vacation. After that, all of them thought now that it's over. Reina spoke. Everyone rushed in here, and they all rushed out too. Well, the star of the party left. Joffrey spoke. But isn't this great? They can focus on their family vacations now. Reina asked. But is this all right? He just returned from the academy, and he will have to go back right after the vacation ends. Maybe it's better for him to rest at home. Joffrey replied. But everyone will remember this vacation, and he wants to be a part of it too. He doesn't want to be left out, Reina stated. All right, let's have fun together then. Evil Lee said she would take a look at this. It's a list of servants who will come with us on the vacation. She was thinking of doing the usual and using the same age group. But it seems like a lot of them want to join them, so she wants her to choose who to bring. Reina replied that she wants to go with Jane. She did so much for her, and she is sure it's difficult to earn an opportunity like this since she is one of the younger maids. Then thought, so this is what it feels like to know that someone cares about her and respects her. The next day Reina thought she felt like this was going to be a wonderful vacation, then said, look, Mother, the ocean is so beautiful. Evil Lee thought she was worried that Reina might have motion sickness, but she is glad that Reina is fine. Reina remembered the Count telling her she should take this too. The view there is magnificent. She has been working very hard lately. This is a vacation to enjoy herself and paint to her heart's content. There is a big market too, so she should look around with Felix. Remember, they are going there to relax, Reina said. Thanks, Mother. She thinks she will remember this vacation for the rest of her life. After some time, Reina spoke. They are here, so this is the ocean, Joffrey told her. Let's dip our feet in the water. This is her first time at the beach. Let's go. Reina spoke. Jane, she should come too. Jane replied. She could not. She is just grateful that she could come along. Joffrey whispered her to go along with them just for a day. Then they started enjoying the beach. In the next scene, Felix asked, is she uncomfortable? The sand is very fine, so it easily gets into her shoes. If she feels uncomfortable, just go barefoot. It was bothering him too anyway. Now it's fair. Right, there is only us here, so relax. Reina thought they are just visiting the beach. It's so refreshing. Felix thought she is smiling so naturally and happily. He supposes she got worn out by the party. It was a lot of work. Now he gets why he didn't bring her out here earlier, but from now on, he is going to show her even more beautiful places. Scene change. Reina asked, why can't she open her eyes? Felix replied, all right, we are here. 3, 2, 1. Open her eyes. Reina thought, wow. This market is so big. She doesn't know where to go first since there is so much. Felix replied, why don't they go on a walk and look around first? Then he held her hand. Reina thought, this is not their first time holding hands, so why is her heart beating so fast? Felix asked, is she listening? Reina replied, sorry, she was lost in her thoughts for a moment. Felix said he was asking if she wanted to go inside here, then thought, is she still uncomfortable with him? In the shop, Reina thought there are so many pretty colors, and there are so many types of colors. She was so excited that she picked up everything. She thinks she has too much. The biggest problem is she doesn't have money with her to buy all of this. Felix asked, is she done choosing? Isn't she going to buy the canvas that she was looking at? Reina thought, should she borrow money from him? But how will she pay him back? That's a shameless offer. Felix thought she is thinking so hard. Reina replied, actually, she doesn't think she needs all of this. Felix said he is paying for everything. Don't worry and just get everything she wants. Reina replied, but this is too much. Please let her. Felix spoke. He is her husband. Reina started blushing. Felix also blushed, then told the shop owner to wrap all of this and one of every canvas. Reina asked, isn't this too much? Felix told her, but she hasn't been out shopping in a while. He needs to get everything she wants. He will take this to the carriage, so keep looking around. Reina asked, how much was all of that? The shop owner replied, they have a selection that she can't find in other stores, so it added up to quite a bit. The total was 20 florins. Reina thought, that's about 10 years of salary for an average worker. She can't accept that much. Felix spoke. He can tell what she is thinking just by looking at her face. Actually, he is not giving this to her for free because there is something that he would like from her, a painting. He wants to put her painting on his desk. Reina replied, she can do that of course, but that's not going to be worth 20 florins, Felix stated. Well then, she leaves him no choice. Starting now, she has to go on a date with him. After some time, Reina thought this is her first time at a cake boutique. They all look so pretty and delicious she doesn't know what to choose. After that, she said she ate so much, her dress might rip. Felix asked, will her dress actually rip apart if she eats too much? Reina replied, no. She means that her stomach is bulging, which might ruin the dress. Felix spoke. He was joking. He just really likes how honest she is all the time. Then they picked different cakes for everyone. After some moments, Reina stated, Felix, this is the most fun she has ever had shopping in her life. Thanks for doing this with her. Then at night, Reina was sleeping when suddenly lightning struck. Reina woke up and thought, it's raining so much, and the sky was so clear when we were at the market. This is nothing. She don't have to be afraid of the rain. But this reminds her of the time when the thunder made her ears go numb, and her feet almost bled from the biting cold even in summer. Those nights when nobody would help her. That's not her reality now. Something like this is not to her now, because she can just close the window. Wow! All she had to do was close the window. It's so quiet now. She don't need to be afraid of something like this anymore. Things are different from the way they were then. She can meet everyone whenever she wants just by going outside the door. Reina started painting because the view was beautiful. In the morning, Felix came and asked if she was awake. It's morning. Then he thought, did she paint that last night? He have never seen that painting before. She must have stayed up late to paint that, so she's painting something like this. After that, Felix told them not to wake up Reina. He thinks she stayed up late last night painting. The Count spoke. Did he see her new work? Felix replied, yes, it was mysterious and beautiful. The Count said he is glad that she found something that she enjoys. Evilly spoke. Wondering if Reina would become a painter, the Count told her not to try to fulfill her dreams through Reina. Evilly stated she knows, but she can't help wanting her to pay more attention to business. Felix said they never know what will happen later. Reina is free to change her mind. Eden spoke. Isn't that kind of dangerous for him to say? Who knows if she will change her mind about him too? Felix thought about Reina's thoughts about him. Joffrey stated he is his brother, but he is kind of mean sometimes. Felix thought, kind of, he is blatantly being a jerk. On the other hand, Reina thought, so everyone saw the painting while she was sleeping. The Count told her, this is quite different compared to her other works. She painted something very brave. Reina thought, she guess father can see right through it. Oh, there was a letter. How long has that been there? This is from Felix, in which he wrote he had to leave due to some business. He is sad that he can't stay with her until the end. He hopes she makes many good memories. Reina thought, so even Felix saw it too, but he left for the capital. This was their first vacation together, but she won't get to see him for a while. It's not like she will never see him again. After some time, Jane asked, will she paint a picture of the ocean today? Reina replied she would. but mostly she just wanted to enjoy the weather. The Count asked, "Can he go?" Evilly replied, "No, don't disturb them when they are having fun, come here and have tea with her." In the evening, Reina thought, "This is not that great. Why does the ocean look so boring on the canvas?" Jane came and told her she brought her some dessert, asking if she was still thinking about it. "It looks fine to her." Reina, thinking that she hadn't painted any portraits yet, she then said, "Jane, sit down over there for a moment." After some time, Joffrey came and asked if she was busy. Reina replied, "No, she is not that busy. Do he need something?" Joffrey said it was nothing particular, but if she wasn't busy, he wanted to spend some time with her. Joffrey then remarked, "It's already autumn now. The season changes earlier in Freeze Mare compared to Nisa." Reina replied, "It would have been nice if Felix was here to see this too." Joffrey asked if she was thinking about Felix just then. Reina responded, "How did he know?" Joffrey said, "It's written all over her face. She is thinking about his brother while hanging out with him." Reina replied, "Only for a moment. The weather is so nice today, and he can't enjoy any of this. That's what she was thinking about." Joffrey laughed and said, "Really, no, she is lying. But it's fine. He was just teasing her. What's so bad about thinking about her fiancé? Besides, when will you two get married? He is getting tired of waiting now." Reina replied, "That's not something she can decide on her own. She thinks she need to discuss it with Felix." Joffrey said, "What is she talking about? His brother needs her. He's the one who wanted to marry her first anyway." Reina thought, "Felix wanted to marry her. Why? How did he know about her?" Many already knew about the downfall of House Homewood. Even so, House Homewood is still a house of a count. She thought the Dispenser family had no choice since they are a house of a viscount. That didn't matter since everyone was so nice to her. However, what if they already knew about her? How did they know about her and how much do they know? She was the same even when she returned to Nisa. Felix said that he might be able to return on the same day, but he wasn't there due to some circumstances in the capital. If he knew about her since long ago, that would mean he knew about how she was living in the Homewood family. She was afraid that he would confirm her suspicion, and if he knew about it, that would mean everyone else in the family might know too. She had to stop that chain of thoughts somehow. She started painting for days on end, spending more time painting, and her mother even prepared a studio for her. When she thought about it, if everyone in House Dispenser might know about her past, and they still chose to accept her as their family and waited for her, she couldn't keep hiding this from them forever. This may be embarrassing, but she has to talk about this herself. Although she did need more time to prepare herself, the next scene showed the Count saying he was sorry. It was actually about her painting, Spring at Castle Sanctitas. The Duke liked it so much that he had to give it to him. Reina replied that she thought she was in trouble or something. That's great, she wanted to thank him anyway, so she was thinking about painting something for him. The Count stated that, by the way, there were more people who wanted to buy her work besides the Duke. Many of the people who came to the party said so, so he was thinking, why doesn't she hold an exhibition to officially showcase her paintings? Count Etley said that he would love to manage an exhibition for her. Reina asked, "Really?" The Count replied, "Of course, if she is interested, we should definitely do it, though he will be very sad when those paintings of her that he loved get sold." Reina thought, father's heart changes every moment. The Count said he had to send a letter now. Reina thought she would hold an exhibition. This is like a dream. The next day, Jane told her, "Please sit down while she can wait. She is making her nervous." Reina replied, "But she is so nervous. What if the Count does not like her paintings?" The Count came and said, "It's not like he painted any of this himself. It's not even his exhibition, so why do he feel so nervous?" Reina thought, "Father, imagine how she must feel right now." Then they heard that Count Etley had arrived. Both of them went to receive him. Jane thought their arms and legs were in sync. The Count spoke, saying he was so excited that he abandoned all his work to come here. Reina thought, will he notice that she changed her style? But if he does not like her new style, she shouldn't be disappointed even if he doesn't like her work. His offer alone was amazing enough. Count Etley spoke, "Lady, It looks like she have created more work. This is surprising. Did something happen during that short time? He thought she only painted soft and delicate works, but now her style has become bolder and more sophisticated. Especially this one, Stormy Night. He may even like to buy it himself. Both of them were very happy. Then at night, Reina thought, just as she thought, her bed is the best. She is really holding an exhibition 2 months from now. It feels like a dream. Suddenly, Felix came and asked, how have she been? Reina asked, when did he? Felix replied, just now. He came here right away. Was she sleeping? He thought she seemed nervous. Did he show up too suddenly? He just wanted to see her. Then said, looks like he was careless. She must be tired now. Get some rest, and he will see her tomorrow. Reina replied, wait a moment. She promised to give him this before. She didn't have time to wrap it yet. Felix asked, she painted it already. She didn't have to rush. Can she tell me what this means? He is not very well versed in art. Reina replied, the small flower is she, and the big flower is him. Then she stopped while telling him about the blank place. That's what it means. Felix thought she was so cute and replied, thanks, he really like it. The next day, thought about Reina and him together. How did she come up with something as cute as this? But this area, it may just be an empty background, but it seems like this space is purposely left empty. The topic is them, right? This is Reina, and this is him. Then that means this is, could it be? After 2 months, Reina thought the Count had told her that it was best to have as many pieces as possible, so she had been painting constantly. Felix became busy again after she gave him his gift. He had been staying at the Duke's manor for the past few weeks, and today, after 2 months of waiting, she was finally here. Her exhibition was opening. It is so big. She is holding an exhibition in a place like this. The Count welcomed her and told her this was all suitable for her first exhibition. There were bouquets for her as well. One was from Joffrey, who said he was sorry he couldn't be with her. Congratulations on her first exhibition. He is in the academy. He will stop by if he can get out of the academy. The other one was from Eden. He congratulated her on her exhibition and said he couldn't come, but next time he would give a bouquet in person. Reina wondered if Felix would miss it. The Count asked if she liked it. Reina replied, it's amazing. Then he introduced Emma, the manager of her exhibition as well as its guide. Emma said she had been waiting to meet her. She really loved her work. She is enjoying working here so much. She admired her so much. The Count dragged her away, saying not to burden the artist while Emma was still praising her. After that, Moxy stated, let her go. She knows someone is in there. Do he know who she is? She is the older sister of this artist. Reina stated, outsiders are not allowed inside yet. What do she think she is doing? Moxy asked, is that how she should speak to her sister? She called these paintings. It sure is nice to be able to use her money to hold an exhibition of useless trash. She didn't send an invitation to her family. Suddenly, she was shocked. Reina stated, get out. Moxy thought about Fascia Salon. It is the biggest social gathering in the capital. Even with a huge sum of money, it is not easy to have one advertisement displayed there. But Reina's exhibition poster was there in clear view. How could she not be upset after seeing that? Volunteering at filthy orphanages and visiting disgusting slums, she had to work desperately to earn the right to enter that place. Why is everything so easy for Reina? All she is good at is chores and mopping the floor. Moxy worked hard to become someone different from her. Reina did not do anything. Moxy then said, she knew Reina were stupid, but she have exceeded her expectations. Do she really think she is better than her now? Why does she think they want someone like her to paint? Think about it, idiot. It's because they are embarrassed that she only know how to do chores. The men in that family all know how she is living in their house. Then she thought, look at her face. She is not a painter or a noble lady. She is just a stupid girl. Moxy continued, they are so embarrassed. That's why they are using money to decorate her, to hide how shameful she is. Don't start thinking she have become something. Then she thought, now she feels so much better. How dare she treat her like that before? Reina stated, she is embarrassed to have her as my older sister. She is embarrassed that she was a Homewood and that we share the same blood. How shameful, Moxy shouted. What did she just say? Raina grabbed her hand and then said, she and Mom are so alike. Stop raising her hand like that. She won't let her hit me anymore. What, does her arm hurt just because she is grabbing it? Maybe now she will understand how much I had to suffer. I could make her suffer even more if she wanted to. But do you know why I won't do that? Because I don't want to become someone like you or Mom. Moxy shouted. What did she just say? Little brat. She thinks she can get away with this. A lady spoke. She has such a loud voice. She must be healthy. She is jealous. She wanted to be the first visitor, but she guessed she failed. Moxy asked, who is she? How dare she come in here? The lady replied, she is Charlotte Tennelwood, and who is she to yell at her like this? Moxy thought, Charlotte, why is she here now of all times? She is the daughter of a marquis. Due to her fragile constitution since childhood, she has not appeared in public. But she was the reason I scraped together every penny I could to enter the salon. It was all because she heard her health has improved. Raina introduced herself. Moxy pushed her and introduced herself as well. Charlotte spoke. Congratulations on her exhibition. The Duke told her so much about her, so she have been wanting to meet her. The Duke gave her one of your paintings as a present, and it is her favorite of all the gifts she have received from him. The Count came and asked, Lady Charlotte, she is here. Charlotte replied. She knows he is early and uninvited, but can she look at her work today? Raina replied. Yes. Then Raina thought, just looking at her makes me happy. She suits the Duke perfectly, and she is so pretty. Wait, where did Moxy go? On the other hand, Moxy thought, it's all over now, so Charlotte is the Duke's fiancée, and she just irritated her. Raina has ruined everything she had. Back at the exhibition, Charlotte said, what should she do? She want to buy so many of these paintings. She want to buy all the paintings in that row. Send the bill to the Duke, he owes me a debt. Raina's work is marvelous, and the Duke tells her how pretty she is. She would love to talk about other things too. She hope we can become friends. Raina thought she couldn't believe someone like Charlotte wanted to be her friend. Raina spoke. She don't know if she can meet her expectations, but it would be her honor. Charlotte replied, honor? Friends don't say that kind of thing to each other. She is quite interesting. Raina thought. She called her a friend. Charlotte was her first female friend of her own age. On the other hand, the Duke said, waiting really is boring, isn't it? He get more nervous when Felix acts like that. It bothers him, so he just complained to him. Felix replied, nothing will change even if he complain. Then he thought, all royals and council members are gathered in the capital right now, because of the state of emergency. The reason is that Louis's health has declined rapidly. He have been trapped here for days now, but at least he will get to see Raina later today. The Duke stated, so the letter has arrived, the news that will finally release him from this state. Then he looked serious. Felix asked, what is it? He looked serious all of a sudden. The Duke said, news that will release him in an unexpected way. Charlotte went to the exhibition today before it opened. She saw Lady Raina and Moxy arguing there. Felix stated, please excuse him. The Duke thought, listen to him until the end. Then he read that Lady Raina is not a helpless child anymore. Charlotte described everything to him. The Duke thought, but Charlotte collapsed only a few days ago after going hiking. And already, he guessed he is in no position to criticize Felix. Next scene, Felix asked, he heard that Moxy was here. Did she hit her? Is she all right? Then he thought, her hand seems fine. Her fingers look a bit rough. Raina thought he rushed over here because he was worried about her. She heard that he was really busy. This is all because she is not reliable. There is no guarantee that something like this won't happen again. And she doesn't want him to drop what he is doing and rush over to her like this every time. She wanted to tell him that she could manage by herself. Then she said, she won. She didn't let Moxy hit Het even once, and she managed to ignore everything that Moxy said to her. She did raise her hand, but she blocked her, and she said everything that she wanted to say to her, so she won. Felix said, that's amazing. Even he couldn't have done something like that. She is amazing. Raina replied, Of course, she have to do this much as his wife. Then both of them looked at each other. Felix said, now she don't have to take it back, he is going to remember this forever. Then he stood up. Reina asked, what is it? Felix replied, he forgot to bring a present. He is such a fool, how could he forget? Reina replied, she thought it was something serious. It's fine, she is just happy that he is here. The next day, Reina thought the exhibition she was excited and anxious about ended up being a huge success. People heard about Charlotte buying a bunch of her paintings, and as a result, she sold all of her paintings on the first day. This is a gift from Felix. After some time, Evilly said, congratulations on the successful exhibition, and she is sorry she couldn't be there at the opening. She heard that Moxy stopped by on the first day. Both Alec and her regretted not changing our schedule so we could be there. Did Moxy say anything to hurt her? Reina replied, she think Moxy was just jealous of her. She was a nobody before. But now she is painting and holding exhibitions, and she guessed that annoyed her. Then she thought, Moxy think that she would be hurt by her words. Those words definitely would have hurt her before, but not now because she know that her family does not think of her like that. Reina stated, Mother, she was nobody when she lived with the Homewood family. That was normal for her. Their family was not doing well financially. They couldn't even hire more servants. That's when she started doing all the chores, like cooking, cleaning, and doing laundry. At first, she simply wanted to help out, but she grew used to that life. So, of course, Moxy started treating her like her maid, but ever since coming here, she have been studying a lot. She learned how to paint, and she read many books. She understand why Moxy is so upset with her. But she don't plan to let her treat her like a maid anymore because she is Reina Dispenser now. Evilly said, that's right, she is proud to call her my daughter. Actually, she know about how Reina lived with the Homewood family. Reina asked, how did she find out? Evilly told her the whole story of how they went to the orphanage and wanted to adopt her. They were worried that she might think they were trying to take advantage of her if they told her earlier. Reina stated, if they had told her back then, she definitely would have seen it as a threat. She is sorry for making her go through something so troubling, and thanks. Evilly told her, it wouldn't have mattered to them even if she was not the daughter of a count. We wouldn't have minded even if she was one of the orphans there. Her background and name don't matter to us. We love you for who she is. The count came and said, she was his daughter from the moment he first saw her. Reina thought showing her vulnerability to her family is not something to be afraid of. Her family can support and comfort her. If she had not come here, she would have never felt this way. The next morning, Felix asked, did she talk about everything she needed to? Reina replied, yes, please forgive her for not remembering him. Felix said, he should be apologizing for not telling her earlier. Reina said, she heard that he saw her at the orphanage, but back then she was wearing super tattered clothes. Felix stated, she was beautiful when he first saw her, and of course, she is beautiful now. After some days, Jane said, lady, it looks like the children over there made a snowman. Why is she so spaced out today? She thought lady was excited to go buy gifts for her family. Reina replied, it's because she is so excited. Then she thought, actually it's because of Felix. What did Felix see in her back then? He had to go to work right after that, so she couldn't even ask him. She is so scared that he saw her at her worst moments. Wake up. It's going to be a busy day today. She has a lot to buy with the first money she has ever earned. Eden said he would be escorting her today. Reina asked, what about the academy? Eden replied, father contacted him because he was worried. He is just waiting for his graduation. So he is not going to the academy these days anyway. Did she decide where to go? The capital is very complex. Reina replied, she know what she want to buy, but she haven't decided where to go yet. Eden replied, then he will be her guide today. Reina said, okay, let's show me around. After getting the gifts, Eden asked, so all that is left is the gift for Felix? Reina replied, that's right. Then she thought, she bought clothes for Eden when he was busy. She also bought glasses for her mother, a tie clip for her father, and a wool blanket for Joffrey so he will be warm in the winter. What should she get for Felix? She should find something useful. Look at that. So this is it, she said. Just a moment, she is going to stop by this shop quickly. Next scene, Eden stated. He is a bit embarrassed to show her this place since it is not organized yet. This is his studio, Raina asked. What, he made all these dresses? Eden replied. Yes, it's a bit embarrassing. Raina said. So all the dresses he gave her before were also made by him. Why didn't he tell her? Eden said. Because most people think that design is a commoner's occupation. He haven't told anyone in the family, especially since his parents might be against it. He thought it would be best to tell them later when he have accomplished something, Raina stated. She will support him, and she will buy his dresses when he open his shop. Then she thought, she is the only one who knows Eden's secret. It's so exciting to hear someone's secret. She can tell that he trusts and relies on her. It's starting to feel like things have always been this way. She is so happy that they are becoming a true family. Like this video. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.